Right then, kicking this video off, I am going to show you how I've made my wild game Ragu, which is one of the pies on this week's menu. So in the actual game mix, it's all minced, it's venison, pigeon, pheasant and rabbit. I also add a little bit of smoked paprika through it as well. So all the usual suspects here that you'd probably see, bar the leek. And listen, anything that I do is not traditional. I always do everything my way. I don't have any recipes written down. Everything's just in my head and I crack on. So if you want to follow this for something amazing, like by all means, you can recreate this in your own home, dead easy. Anything that is going to be pan fried, to be sweated down, I always try and tend to chop it a little bit smaller into cubes. So onion, celery, carrot and leek. It'll all get sweated off in a big pan, and I'll add some different bits in there as well. Anytime I have any little offcuts at the end like that, they all go into my stock. So if you've had the pleasure of tasting my Baldy's 2-day gravy, which is like liquid gold, this is how it's made. So I get some roasted off beef bones, some marrow bones, some pig's feet, because it helps thicken at the end process because of the gelatin in it. There's chicken carcass in there, so any chicken pie that I'm doing on the menu, once it's been cooked and picked down, the carcass goes through the stock. Also the shin trimmings as well, because when I do my big gym or anything that I'm using shin for, there tends to be a lot of excess waste. And then that goes in the oven for 24 hours, and then it's reduced for 12 hours. And that is the Baldy's 2-day gravy. Anyway, enough about that. We are sweating veg down now. So like I said before, we've got some diced carrots, some diced leek, some diced celery and some diced onion. And it can be a little bit rustic, like I said before. Like, don't worry if there's any bigger bits in there, like it's fine. You don't have to be precise when you're doing stuff like this. I always add a little bit of Maldon salt. It helps break everything down a bit quicker, draws all the moisture out. And then I add a little bit of garlic puree. So whenever I make garlic puree, it's super simple. Olive oil, peeled garlic, salt and blend it, and that's what you get. Lovely little products. And nothing's complete without cooking with a shitload of butter. Like, that's just the way forward. So once you've sweated down for about 10-15 minutes, I always add in some dried basil, some dried oregano. Now this is probably one of the only types of dishes where I do use dried herbs. I don't really tend to like using rosemary or thyme. I feel like they're really perfumy and bitty. Like if I ever do the herbs for any of the beef pies, it's always fresh. I always pick it down, chop it, fold it through. But dried basil and dried oregano is perfect for this because it's not bitty whatsoever. So we will add some tomato puree, which will just intensify the flavour of this. So I use half the tin to go in here for the ragu, and then the other half a tin will be dropped in my stock before that goes in the oven tonight. So usually I'll cook out tomato paste for about 10 minutes, low heat, and then once that's been cooked out, we'll get the Chianti in, which is an Italian wine, beautiful. And then once that's gone into the pan and that's been reduced, I'll then add the meat, which I'll roast off in the oven first, get rid of the fat. And I'll also add the pizza sauce, which is the spiced pizza sauce. And a good little trick though before any of that is just checking the bottom of your pan. Because at this stage, if you catch it, you can literally get it off with a wooden spoon. But if you forget to do this before you get all your liquid in, you can catch it and it will burn. So once that's been reducing for like 3.5 hours on the stove, you end up with this beautiful product. So once this is pied up, I'll then lid it, crimp it, and then bake it for 35 minutes on 160 degrees. And then you end up with this. So this is the part baked product. So this is what you'll buy when you come to the shop, because I only sell part baked, I don't sell anything hot. Everything gets a little egg wash, which is just egg yolk and a little bit of double cream, and it just helps the crumbs stick on top as well. So inside the crumb for this pie is panko, parsley, touch of garlic and some blended mozzarella. So get it all over the top, make sure you've got everywhere covered, And then this will then be baked on 180 for 30 minutes. And then you'll get a really nice crispy crumb. That mozzarella will just go slightly caramelised. Like, it's beautiful. Now to the money shot. Everyone wants to see a cross-section, you know, and there's nothing better than a Baldi's cross-section. And you'll see in a minute, like, how rich this sauce is because of the colour. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful, it's dark, it's rich. There is so much flavour in this. Like, if you are coming to see me on Thursday, Friday or Saturday, then I swear to God, this is the pie you need to get.